So I she named it
Hey,
from.
Darby. We are live
Hey.
here. It is 7, and we are ready to get this show off the ground. Thank y'all for being here. Louisa is up at 2 o'clock in the morning in Dresden, and Vicky's with us, and so is Electra Storm and Tiara Anderson over on YouTube. How y'all doing today?
I'm not as doing as good as Louisa over there on YouTube is out there killing the game at 2 a.m.
Honey, she better than me because at 2 a.m. I'm gonna go to sleep and see y'all on the replay. I don't.
Sometimes, hey,
She is in here. She's a
she is
supporter.
she is in here. Okay, holler out and shout out to Louisa at 2 a.m. She is a roller.
She's
Oh,
truly
look
a
at Lady
roller.
Sanchez. I love your new profile pic.
Well, thank you, thank you. I thought I'd switch it up a little bit.
Oh my God, is
Okay.
that blue lipstick?
It's blue, yes. It's like that
You
midnight blue. I love it.
You are like my sister, girl. You will not believe my lipstick collection. I love wild lipstick. Blue, green, silver, gold, black. I love it all.
I have the same colors, honey. One time I went to Kim's and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try me something different. Back then, I could wear wigs because I didn't have my beautiful locks and my hair would not grow. So I always shaved my head, but I would get wigs with the different colors. And when I'm talking about different colors, I'm talking about lime green and yellow, like different colors. And I would match the makeup to the wig to the outfit. So if I was wearing blue, I would
Honey,
have some blue lipstick, honey.
honey.
I didn't have my blue wig yet, but I have a green wig that I cry over daily because I only got to wear it one time, and that wig was smoke and fire. My maroon wigs, red wigs, green wigs, honey. I got a blonde wig for Rocky Horror. And that blonde wig, I love it so much. Sometimes I take it out and I just sit it on the top of my head because it don't fit. I just sit on top of my head like a little plate and I look at myself.
You know, I used to get the weaves that with colors because I tried to dye my hair blonde one time and I ended up with patches. But I did partake in a lot of quick weaves with different colors. And I think the wildest color I had was like a very, very pale violet, or would what would we call
Lilac.
very, very pale violet, like very, very. It was very pretty, and because it almost shifted gray. So, but so
Oh,
at
I
one
know that
angle,
color you're talking about. It's like a lavender, huh?
yes, honey, lavender, honey.
Yes. I
I
love
love
that
that.
color.
I loved it because it would shift gray. So one moment I would look just like a normal woman with gray hair, and then the next, honey, I am lavender. Love
See, I
that.
love that. I
Well,
love
well, Sam,
So
did you
we
notice? Did you notice what else I did differently to myself? You haven't commented or told me how
did
you
you did
like
you
it.
did you cut your hair?
I cut my hair, and
I
I not
noticed.
only cut, waxed it, girl. I
Oh,
said,
hold on,
trying
Lady
something
Sanchez.
new.
Lady Sanchez, your audio is a little bit um
Oh, probably because I had my. How about to my face? How about now?
There
mm-mm.
you go.
Somebody at my
Okay.
house. Y'all talk. Y'all talk it out. Somebody at my
Yes, Lady Sanchez, I did notice that you got a haircut because I checked
I,
out your Instagram page and when you were
yes.
out on your vacation. I was like, oh, she cut her hair, and it's nice because and I tell this to my boys all the time.
Uh huh.
Shorter hair, and that's why I always preferred shorter hair. We have shorter
Yeah.
hair; it exposes more of your face, and to me,
Yeah.
that's always prettier to me. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
put your face forward, and your hair should be, an accessory to the face, and it shouldn't take
Yes.
over. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, I always preferred shorter hair. So yeah, I noticed, honey, and all my
What?
quick weaves were short ones. Never,
Uh huh.
never anything hanging. The most that would hang would be like a little side swipe bang, maybe. That's it.
Yes.
Nothing below
Well,
my
I'm
ears,
wearing my
nothing on my
side
lip.
swipe bang, girl. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I say this is cute on me. I should have been did this.
Well, sometimes you just make a change and it's the change for you. Like
Yeah,
Bubbles with her locks. My aunt made that change because she couldn't keep her hair to grow either. I mean, it just would
yeah,
always get to the one length and stay, and that was it.
yeah.
She locked it and it's all the way down to her bottom now, like my mom's hair. I mean, I'm just like, okay, well, go ahead on, sister.
Well, I'm still here too. I'm still here in DC, ladies. So I don't know when I'm coming back to Texas. I'm having so much fun. We're gonna go out, but we weren't busy this last yesterday and today were like two relaxed days, but we'll be getting busy tomorrow. But I will be back for the podcast. So don't
Listen,
worry.
did you watch Bowl today?
I watched it and I also took me some notes. I'm trying to get in practice for what Bubbles shared with us last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 2 points. They just kind of run together. But yes, I am ready to go full forward. I watched and yes, I'm
So,
ready
what's your
to go.
first point?
So okay.
Oh,
Go
wait a minute.
ahead,
There's
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm saying I'm back and let's get into today's show because I got other stuff that I want to talk about that is much more exciting than anything I've seen on anybody's soap opera today, including Days of Our Lives. So let's get into Bold today. I did not
I'm
have a chance
excited
to
about
watch
it.
it again because I got tied up with people coming to my house uninvited and spending up my time like we friends. Not generally, it was just I felt like I was on a soap opera today. Somebody just knocking on my door, baby. I didn't invite you over here. What you doing in my house? We want you to come over here.
Mm.
But so that kind of
See,
got
this is why I live for having a garage. You don't know I'm home unless I want you to know I'm home. Mm.
they know
Yeah.
listen. That lady would have come over here whether she thought I was home or not. She can see when I'm home and she knows when I'm home because I have a business that I bring in and I keep dogs. So she knows when I'm home all the time. I rarely leave the house. But they decided to come be nosy. But we're gonna talk about that later because I need somebody to
Mhm.
remind me of what happened on both
Yeah.
days. I know Taylor interrupted some more sentiment time. Steffi was dressed to the gods, dressed, slayed. She was on point. At one point, I thought they had cut her hair, and I was like, honey, are we going back to Jackie with the short hair, the blunt cut from 2005?
Oh, you mean start some shit, Jackie? Ooh.
She looked
Yes,
cute.
that
She
yes, the
looked
Aspen
cute. I
Jackie.
loved it. Hmm.
She was on point today. And we got to see
Yes, ma'am.
Zende, honey, Zende in his element. That dress was pretty until I saw the picture.
Yes.
Uh, Lord.
I don't know what that was at
I
the bottom.
mean, I know I have to make a valid point here because the thing is I know you don't watch Y&R anymore, but
So
there was a bit
No.
said about the fashion shoot for Marquetti where they had Tessa in this red romper looking thing with this big ruffle around the shoulder. But then at the
Mm-mm.
Emmys, then you kind of had some red big ruffle stuff on these people. Is Ruffles the fashion now? And I'm just not keeping up.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And
I
then
Troubles are coming in, yes.
okay,
No.
because
They need to go back out.
it it
Let me tell
wasn't.
y'all how sexy Zende Forrester is.
Mhm.
We're gonna talk about the sexiness of Zende Forrester. We're gonna talk about the sexiness of Thomas Forrester. We're gonna
Mm,
talk
mm,
about the
mm,
sexiness of Finn, John.
Ooh,
mm,
that tan on Tanner. I was like,
mm, mm,
Outside walking
mm.
around with his shirt off, drinking rosé. He better be tan. Thomas,
You
I
know
mean,
uh,
he's
what?
just looking
That
too
man's
comfortable
body.
in Steffi's living room. I love Tan. I feel like they on set at their own home, the way they move and mingle with each other. I'm like, what the
mm,
heck is going
I
on,
I
Tanner?
ain't even gonna lie. Tanner, a married man, quite happily, but I was like, ooh, let me rub some shea butter on you.
Let
not
me
no
tell you
shea butter.
something.
All
It
right
takes
now, darling, watch out.
it takes everything in me to not just throw myself at the man. I mean, seriously. I mean, seriously. Tanner's
Woo!
Tanner. What you call it? What they used to say when you're in church? Um, oh, that her voice is. It's not blessed by God. It's even more than that. Anointed, hunty. His
Mm.
body is anointed. His
I
body is
am digging.
anointed, hunty.
I am digging the fan service. I am appreciating because that is what this is. This is 100. Because remember, we went for like a whole couple. We went for like almost a year where we had this phase where Vinny and Thomas and Carter always had their shirts off, and then somebody got all puritanical, and then the men just kept their clothes on. And
Yeah.
now it looked like somebody that put they hand in and say, we could throw a shirtless scene in here. They don't need to be
They
clothed.
don't
And
need
I'm
to
like,
have
all
clothes
right.
on all the time. Because Tanner's nipples is just perfect. I mean, that man's body, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, put him on screen without a shirt. I don't know what's going on. At first, I'm just looking at his body. I'm trying to find an imperfection. No, I don't see none. Looks like 8 abs down there. Is it supposed to be 6 or
I
8?
told you that man got an eight pack. His abs, his obliques, all of his abdominal muscles come out to say hello.
I would love to sip wine out of his obliques.
Yes.
He
Honestly, I'm not gonna.
I'm
I
not
would
gonna
love
talk
to
about
lick
Kayla's
wine off
husband
of
like
his obliques.
I'm not gonna
I
talk
would get
about
drunk as
Kayla's
hell.
husband like that. I'm not
I
gonna
would tell.
talk
Hey, listen, Kayla's got the type of husband that she
about
need to stay on her toes forever and eternally.
I'm not gonna talk about they listen. This is their anniversary week. I'm not fixing to talk about Kayla's man like that when they're at the house having anniversary sex right now. I'm not
They
gonna talk
used
about
to.
her man like that.
That's the way to throw cold water on me.
I'm not gonna talk about her like that. It's their anniversary. They at the house sipping wine out of each other's obliques. And,
Yeah,
and
cause
Ah,
yeah, cause
bless,
Kayla don't take no time to get back in shape either. So they
bless
probably
them.
working on baby number 3.
right.
I know today,
yeah.
honestly, and here's the thing. Even though, and I'll be honest, I was distracted from bowl today because I was too busy keeping up with the Y&R day ahead because it was messy.
Mm.
The day ahead for Y&R was messy. So, and they actually had some that actually happened for a change instead of it just being people, boring the hell out of me. But
Oh
I,
no.
but I think
Yeah.
after today, we could all agree we need Taylor to get her own house, y'all. It's just she's
Okay.
starting.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
dinging up more dings than Brooke was back in the cabin with the floor waxes, and it's just it's like it's kind of like we wanted Taylor back, and I'm so grateful they gave her back to us and cast Krista Allen. But it's like, girl, if you walk up in here on your daughter and the husband one more time,
Right? But
Dream.
she do it so cute. She says, "Oh, I'm so
Jesus.
annoying. Oh, it's so adorable. It's just like, oh, I'm so annoying. Oh, yes, you is. Go back upstairs."
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
today's show. I'm sorry, Zende Forrester. I have
Mhm.
been loving Zende. I mean, a lot of people never liked this Zende. I always liked this Zende. I
I just
always
wish they
felt
did
he
more
had
with him.
excellent chemistry with Kiera Barnes. I was
Yes.
waiting for him and Kiera to light it up on screen with her cheating on Carter. We got
Yes.
close, but no cigar. So
Yeah.
now Zende is just being handsome as he's hanging out with our other handsome Dr. Finn.
Yeah.
So this is
All
a
the girls
friendship.
being adoptees. I
Exactly. Somebody is finally making some damn sense. Zende is Steffi's cousin, first cousin,
Mhm.
and he's adopted. Why wouldn't Zende and Finn have had a conversation about being adopted? I mean, they only mentioned Zende was adopted. They never go into the backstory, which I wish they would, because to me, Zende is an important character. He is the
Right.
Mhm.
only child of Christian Forrester. They need to get this man a love interest. I volunteer.
already
Well,
got
we know that, Sam, but you dumped Zende for Tana and Thomas and who knows else. You'd
I
go
won't
on
dump.
there and
I
be the
won't
vixen.
dump. I won't
You'd
dump
be the
anyone for Tanner.
you'd be the vixen that the show been looking for.
That's correct. That's correct. I would be that vixen if I was in LA in proximity to, and in the situation where there was three families, and there was a Finn, and there was a Zende, and there was a Thomas, and throw Vinny in there too while you at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be a mess.
I can't. Well, and see, but that's the thing. That's what you're supposed to do on the soap, and that's actually what the show, what the show is. One of the things they're lacking, because the thing is, Finn not included because he's happily married to his true love. Zende and Thomas are basically fair game. They should be having to run to their car from women when they get
Right?
off the clock. I mean, so
They did
mm,
Well, we
mention
are going to
Zende's
get
hot
him in the
thing.
skyline, right? Up there at the club when he asks Carter for the advice. So I'm looking
mm,
forward to that episode. It looks like we might have, it may be Zende in there too. We know definitely we could get Thomas, J. Mac could be in there, Carter gonna be in there, or LSB, and no telling who else we're gonna see in there. So, and what
mm.
happened to the models, guys? Where
Yeah,
they at? Where's
I
Sequoia
don't know where
and
Sequoia and Petra is, but they need to
right.
come out
They do because they
and get
missed.
them boys. It's at least
Right.
get
yeah,
Thomas.
That's
Shoot.
right, because both of them. Now, listen, we did see Thomas and Zende beside each other with Zoe. No, I'm sorry, Paris in front of them. Now,
yeah.
is anyone here willing to even give Thomas, Zende, and Paris a shot in a triangle?
Mm,
I mean, once
Uh,
upon a time I was, but I feel like maybe if they change Paris, maybe. But now I feel like after everything that happened with Thomas, not Thomas, with Carter and her
yeah,
mama, Quinn, and the wedding, and them doing all that rushing, I don't want to see her in another triangle right now. If she decides that she has some long buried feelings for Thomas that she didn't realize the first go around, um, I just don't know. That puts her back exactly where she was before. And
they
I
would
don't
have.
yeah,
another.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Bubbles on that. It's kind of like the ship sailed a little, I guess. Bubbles.
Yeah, they should. If they wanted to put them in a triangle, then that's the triangle that they should have gone for in the beginning when she and Thomas were sharing living quarters, and Douglas was over there like, "Girl, you gonna come stay with us when we go to the new house?" Like Douglas was trying to put together any kind of family he could back in the day.
Hmm.
yeah,
And I feel like that's what they should have done. They should have put Thomas with Paris at that point and let her be a strong young lady. And then Paris and Hope go toe to toe about where Douglas should be. Thomas has a woman in his life now that's more than capable of giving Douglas some motherly attention. It's time for you to let go, Hope. And her
yeah,
mama up there trying to be, because she want Paris to be a Forrester just as much as Julius wanted his girls to be Forresters. She would have sat there and Cassandra Creech versus Kelly Lane, Brooke versus Grace. I was ready for that. I could have been ready for that. Brooke telling Grace, honey, y'all new in town. You don't know nothing about these people. This is my family. And Grace coming back with, man, you don't know me. Because this fixing to be my family, and we fixing to take this boy back home to his daddy. You can sit there and be mad about it, you can scratch your ass and be glad, but we packing this shit tonight. Like we could have had so much if they had a thought back then to do Paris and Thomas and Zende instead of throwing Carter in the mix, because Carter didn't even make no sense to me to begin with. That's
Mm-mm, none.
yeah. And
So
and my take on
basically,
that is I kind of feel the same way Bubbles does. My take on that is when they brought in Paris, it looked like they had it in there with Zende, and I'm gonna tell you, ladies, at the beginning, I felt the chemistry, I felt the connection. I was looking to see where it went. I mean, that was prime time. She was fresh, she was brand new, but they messed it up because they sent her over there to the
Mm,
Cliff House, and they had her over
mm-hmm.
there daydreaming about Finn, and then next thing you know, they threw in there with Thomas. She was Thomas' roommate. Then it looked like, they had this weird thing going on with her and Thomas. Like Bubble said, Douglas was trying to, create a family, getting into the big house. So it was like, what you doing? Because now she's over there with Thomas. It looked like she may be interested, looked like she may not be, but at the same time, she's going back shooting another shot with Zende. And it was kind of like at one point she was maybe trying to start some friction between them both, because she shared some stuff. She told Zende some stuff about, about Thomas. So I'm like, okay, well, what they doing here? And then they just threw Carter from out of
in the middle.
nowhere right into her lap. And I'm like, now, so all of that time, all of that bouncing around for me, I didn't know what direction. I mean, I had whiplash at what point. What is she there for? What is she doing? I mean, she's no vixen. So what are you trying to do with her? So as far as Paris goes, y'all, I have nothing.
Oh
I
wow.
think that's kind of why
I
they got her
have
on
nothing.
pause because they don't know what to do with her. I mean, it's fine for them to make her Zende's muse, and that well, one, I'm glad that they're leaning into fashion, no matter what I think of the fashion. Okay, because my thing is, I'm like Zende, how you got from that killer blue dress to that? Boo boo, what you dreaming on? I love you, but what you what,
Ridge asked him to make some
what you
alterations,
dreaming
so I'm gonna
on?
blame Ridge ass. I'm not even gonna let y'all hang that on Zende. I won't allow
because
it. That was
because
Ridge.
I'm
So
happy
I
Gonna
think
take a
to
that
show
shot at Ridge.
we
but Steffi was looking like a dime piece in Miss Bloomingdale's and Saks Fifth
Yes.
Avenue.
And did you see the way she strutted in? Baby, Steffi had her strut on today, ladies. Come on.
She did.
You know why?
She
Because
had.
Steffi is getting marvelously dick down. So she has a reason to walk light and talk with certainty. She's telling her dad, "Listen, I feel you, I hear you, but Brooke ain't it." She told her mom in front of her, in front of her husband, she can't keep her hands off her man. Steffi is living the life that she's always wanted, and that's the kind of life I want to live. And that's the life I do live. Actually, I say what I want when I want to who I want without any
Hmm.
regrets, and that's the way I walk too.
Hmm.
That's the way
Hmm.
Steffi's walking. She's
Hmm.
trying to get her parents to walk the same way, and I, for
Yes.
one, think it is time. It is past time. Taylor told Ridge that they are two different people with wink, wink. And I, for one, am ready to turn the page from bridge to tridge.
Well, for one,
I'm with Steffi.
I don't blame you on that. And here's the thing: I don't blame Stephanie and Thomas because you know what? At this point, one of the things that has disgusted me the most in the last 5 or 6 years is this play nice shit that don't cut no ice and don't do them no good when it comes to Brooke. So you know what? Even if I may not like the idea of Taylor wasting her time with Ridge and his wishy-washy BS, at the end of the day, I ain't really got too much to say against Thomas and Steffi and them just being completely disparaging of Brooke to Ridge's face. Because at this point, you know what? It's warranted. It's
That's
needed.
that's what
Because
Brooke did to Thomas. Brooke
it's
does the
past
same
time.
thing to his kids right in Ridge's face.
Right. I mean, I don't like I said. You know how I feel about Tridge, but as far as this whole thing about Ridge and about Steffi and Thomas just telling Ridge whatever, because I ain't gonna lie, I spent a good portion of the show cackling when I rewatched it because I missed the first 10 minutes because we had breaking news in my area. When Thomas was talking to Ridge, I was like, Thomas, why are you up here giving your daddy out? You can come spend time with me and with Douglas, and we can just do family stuff with us hanging out. Because from a practical standpoint, let's be honest, nobody's father who's married to somebody else other than their mom is going to move out of their residence to go move in with them to do family stuff with their son and their grandson. You go on vacations, you come and do visits, but you're not going to change your residence to do family togetherness time on a day in, day out basis because you're living elsewhere. That's not practical and that's not what grown folks do. But
However,
on the other hand, I was like, oh Thomas, you giving your daddy out. That's what
oh
you're
yeah,
doing.
That's
I
yeah.
mean, he
That's
wants
not what was happening, in my opinion.
he
What was
want I mean
Mm.
he I mean he wants his dad, he does want his dad to spend time with him, but basically it's like Thomas and Steffi aren't stupid. They know all is not well on that part of Beverly Hills. It's quite obvious.
so
They know that. So Thomas was like, you know what? If you ain't, feeling it over there, you got a valid reason to move out. You can come and move in with us, and here you go. Bam, bam.
the powers that be wanted us to know that they reminded us today that Ridge went back home to nurse a broken ankle. That's what I saw.
Yes, honey. When
Mhm.
he said that, I was like, "Ooh." Thomas said, "Well,
That's yeah.
you was staying over here before you went home because she broke her ankle."
Right. That's what I got from the
Mm-hmm.
scene that has now been spoken by cast. Ridge moved back home to nurse a broken ankle. That broken ankle is going to come back to bite Brooke in her ass.
Oh,
I like to say this. I have to. So that was kind of, and those were kind of those are the 2 points I was going to raise today. First, off of what Bubbles say, I do agree. I agree with you, Bubbles, and Sam, but I have my own you know how I feel is gonna go. But from the conversation with Thomas and Ridge, I do feel like I can tell. I mean, we can really tell how much Thomas has matured just by that whole conversation, because he explained to Ridge, that Taylor, he started out, I think he said it something like, Taylor's what's mom's superpowers. I know how you feel about her. Mom brings joy. She easy around her. She have this thing, she can captivate you. Um, she's fun. So he's like, what are you gonna do? Dad, you face that, look at that, see what that is, because your alternative is Brooke. What will you
Mm-hmm.
have if you go back to Brooke? Two things. Thomas said, now he had all these lovely things to say about it, captivate, joy, fun about Taylor. Two things with Brooke: anxiety and drama. So I'm listening at Thomas, and my thing is that Ridge know what he's going to face if he chooses Brooke. He knows what he is going to get if he chooses Taylor. And
Mm-hmm.
Thomas said it, and Thomas told that entire conversation was the very truth. He spoke true facts with Ridge all the way down to the last period.
yeah, he
But
did.
going back to what Sam said, now, what will the writers do? What are they going to do? Because if they put Ridge back with Brooke, what they going to give us? He putting them back in that anxiety, that drama. Is that going to benefit the show? How is it going to benefit the show? Like, what do they really want us? What are they finna do for the fans, for Bridge fans? And I mean, even for the Bridge fans, is this what you want? Anxiety and man, that was truth bombs Thomas was dropping, Ridge. But if they give us Tridge, we got happiness, we got joy, we got peace. I mean, also, what will happen next for Tridge? How will this benefit the show? And that's where I'm at, guys. This is my question. This is what I want to know. How y'all feel about that?
Uh, what about Thomas? What Thomas said to Ridge was very on point, and Steffi basically told him the same thing
The
too,
same
because
thing.
it's true. It's like, look, you every time the more you fool around with Brooke, the longer y'all fool around with each other. Every day is a roll of the dice for Brooke. You don't know
Yeah.
what you gonna get, and I don't mean in a
That's
good
that
way.
anxiety and drama. Because you waiting what's gonna come next.
And
Well,
y'all know what's gonna happen, right?
mm,
So I'm always watching to just like you said, Lady Sanchez, to see what, because this show broadcasting tells us things. It doesn't really want us to make our own opinion. That's why we always at each other's throats. So
Yes.
they are letting us know that Brooke is full of drama. There's always something going on. It's chaotic. And with Taylor, she loves him with integrity, and there's peace and all, So listen, it always boils back to the same thing with me. We know these writers repeat things, correct?
Yeah.
I still see 2018 playing out on my screen. The dutiful, I'll never hurt you, regardless of real history, comes into town to a weekend marriage. And for a year, they drug Steffi. Well, they drug Steffi for almost a year. It seemed like forever for me. But they drugged her for 6 months on screen before she released herself by taking off her ring. I feel like the same thing is happening now. Why? We're going to go ahead and we're going to bury Bridge because they know that we need to bury it for a while. They're building up Tridge. Also, they can tear it down in great fashion, but that's what they do. But I'm enjoying the build up right now.
Mm.
All those Tridge scenes that we are getting, Lady Sanchez, we are getting fed. We
Yes,
have
we
we
are.
have gotten the entire Forrester clan Logan damn free. When has that
Yes,
happened?
that's
It
That
true.
is
hasn't
a
happened
rare
in
occurrence.
years. Right. So they're going to build up Tridge and they're going to give us Tridge, but they're also always going to have that, what is that thing in the grenade, that pin? There's
Yeah,
always going to
the
be that
lynchpin.
linchpin for Brooke so that she can destroy it by one little technicality in great fashion. But Brooke's downfall coming up is going to be in great fashion too. The Brooke fans aren't going to like it, just like Steffi fans ate shit for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Mm.
We
And in Brooks' case, it's gonna be worse because it's really gonna be Ridge getting really hot under the collar over what he knows is probably not what he. It's not gonna be anything like what he thinks it is. But in his heart and in his head, because this is all, especially after everything he didn't been, everything his family has reminded him of, it's just gonna be like, we here again, huh? We here again.
Yeah, so this is all boiling up to this thing in Aspen, but before we even get to Aspen and Tridge,
Mm.
I will comment that I did like the fact today that Ridge actually did have flashbacks about the both of them. I
The
felt
both
like
of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that was balanced for once because typically this show does not do balance in triangles.
Yes.
No,
This
and
is
that's one
new.
of the reasons they make that their triangles kind of end up being crappy because it's like
Exactly.
they tilt it
Yeah.
so hard. You're like, well, what the
It's
hell are we even
obtuse.
doing here?
It's not even a
Yeah.
triangle at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm finding that the balance I like. Now, the this triangle, it has the potential to be better because this is Ridge and Taylor, and then everybody else comes down from there. Thomas and Steffi, the grandkids, and their entire family, and everybody they interact with becomes their drama. It doesn't have to
Hmm.
be her cheating because that's not what she does. So
Yeah.
it's gonna bring different kinds of drama. And since Brooke doesn't have Ridge in bed, they're gonna probably give her more power at Forrester. Because remember, that's what they did after they made Steffi a single mom, after the Bill situation. They did give
They
her more
compensate you.
shares. Correct. So they're going to give Brooke something out of the deal, but we're going to get Tridge. And it's going to be as raggedy as Lope is. I
No.
see it being just like 2018. It's going to be as raggedy as Lope. Bridge is going to be with Taylor, and it's going to be great family scenes, but his dick's still going to wander. So we just
Oh.
Hmm.
have to take the good with the bad.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, see, because that's one of the caveats of the Bill Bell school of, or rather, the Brad Bell school of thought when it comes down to this kind of stuff. The thing is, when you win in these kind of triangles, you
You
don't really
lose.
win. Yeah,
Yep.
you don't
Yeah.
exactly. What you're winning is a temporary,
A temper.
basically,
Yeah.
yeah, you're winning a temporary hold on a
Yeah.
man who still ain't made really truly made up his mind about nothing.
Mm.
Nothing.
Mm.
Okay, and it's always like that. It's like I mean, the only person who I could say didn't have that problem was Steffi and Finn, and that's because Finn don't have a history for them to make a mess of.
Yes, and that's because of us. So I'll repeat this and I'll remain. Brad Bell was not intending on keeping Finn as a character for long.
No,
Once
no.
Mm-mm.
COVID-19 happened, I think that actually saved Finn's ass. I think Finn
I
was
think
going to
so
be as
too.
temporary, and as as how he loses, how Bell loses his interest in characters. But
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19 happened. They had to reshuffle. Denise left. They had a lot of things going on. They was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and stick with the character. They tried to kill him off, and we raised hell.
Yes.
So
Well,
that was
and that's
us.
the thing. They don't have, not, of course, not to say this, they can't do it because it's their show. They can do what they want, of course. But
Mm-hmm.
they realize they don't have the luxury and that there is no appetite in the fandom for anything related to Steam. That ship has sailed. So you
Yes.
can try bringing that back if you want to. You're trying it at your own peril because nobody really wants to see that no more. Plus, and people's, even the people who even though you have people out there complaining saying that, oh, sin is so boring. I'm like, yeah, sure they are. Yeah, you think they're boring as compared to the foolishness that we sat through all these years. I got a honey. I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you if that's the case.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's okay. I love it that they say that. Basically, what they're saying is Steffi and Finn are happy. All they want to do is have sex with each other and and make sure that their family is as happy as they are. So they can
Yeah.
be mad because Steffi was miserable for a
But
very long time.
Yes,
Yes,
she
she
was.
was.
also, hey, you guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I had
Hey,
Hey,
Ken
emergency.
Ken,
Ken.
that's
But
okay. I was late too.
but what? But compared to who? What is the reference that you have to go up against that is supposed to be so full of excitement? What are you drawing your criticism from to put it and weigh it up against? Like sin is boring compared to dot dot dot. I don't got nobody. I don't got
Well,
nobody in mind, especially not on
yeah,
script right now.
yeah. We
Yeah,
do
there's
the same thing
somebody.
though. It's just like it's the norm. It's
Yeah,
all relative. What's boring to me might not be boring to Amaya. So
fact.
it's cool. That's all of us have that right to have our different opinion. That's a
Mm,
come. I said I'm fine. They can call them boring. I'm glad because Steffi and Finn are happy, and all they want to do
mhm.
is make love to each other and be a
Yeah,
good
Amen.
family. So
yeah.
I'm not gonna be mad.
Y'all heard her today. She said, I just can't keep my hands off of you.
I heard that.
Girl, I was like, girl, the best part is you ain't got to. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
I
And
was
that
like,
man
get
is
your damn mama out the house so you can have your
Oh,
hands on them all the time.
and look at that man. That man is home recovering from a gunshot. And listen. I only took one note because I told y'all my brain is scattered, and my one note was I cannot. I mean, y'all just won't even believe it. I wrote one damn note, and my note was Finn. Not only does he take bullets for his wife, he stay home, work from home, and take care of the baby. I was
yeah.
like, what
Okay.
a man, but a man, but a
Oh yeah,
mighty good man.
he a
And
full iller.
he
That's a good damn
and
husband.
on top of it, we all know because we all ladies, he loves his mama to pieces. So you know what they
Yeah.
say, those good old mama's boys,
Yeah,
they if they treat
yeah.
their mama bad, they'll treat you bad. So let me
That's
tell
Well,
you
right.
about Steffi's husband. He's
one
perfect.
one thing I
Because
will
he
say
know how
that
to treat a woman. That's right.
I'm not actually upset about is it looks like the bump in the road that Steffi and Lee had is not going to be aggravated at this time, even though I know we got spoilers out next week saying that Dollar Bill is going to take Lee to lunch.
I heard.
And I
Really?
told y'all, y'all was like, well, I guess Bill gonna be with Brooke again, and they just tricked us with Bill Lee. No, honey, no, honey. Brill is the smoke screen. That's
Yeah,
the red herring. That's
yeah.
all it's gonna take to break up Ridge and Brooke anyway. Brooke could have been at the damn grocery store looking at a picture of Spencer Publication magazine, and Ridge would have went sideways because you're reading that
Mm.
guy
And
magazine.
now let me add to that. let me just add, just like 2018, Bill was the catalyst to wreck Steam. Bill is too
Yeah.
going to be the catalyst that's going to send Ridge. Because remember, Steffi was when Liam ran off and had sex with Hope and got her pregnant when Steffi was pregnant. It wasn't because she slept with Bill. It was because Bill planted the lipstick on the pillow lie. And
And
then
and
even
grab,
after
Mm-hmm.
grab,
Steffi
grab
actually did.
Mm.
Right.
That's
And
right.
even now with Brooke, like I said yesterday, being the person that probably dislikes Brooke the most in this group, that
Besides
Brooke
me.
is innocently hugging Bill. I even gave that credit before, even seeing the scene. I know it's an
Mm-hmm.
innocent hug
That's
because
right.
Brooke can't resist by always having these men around her and adoring her still. She can't never just say, "Look, MF, didn't I tell you not to come around here no more?" She
Yeah, she's
can't
not
do
gonna
it.
say that.
She's
She
always
can't
been
do it.
like that. She's
And she
always been
always
like
will
that.
be.
She
And that's
always
the
has to have
drama.
every man's attention in the room. Even if he not in the room, he could be in Timbuktu on the tip of Antarctica. He can't only think about nobody but her. And that's
Correct.
how she always been.
Correct. And Bill is going to be the catalyst. He's going to go over there unannounced. Brooke is probably going to say, "Bill, Ridge should be coming home any minute now." And he's going to do whatever. It's going to be innocent, and she's going to give him an innocent hug, and that's going to be it. But just like Steffi didn't do anything. She was sitting
Mm-hmm.
at home wondering, why are you acting like this? I got all the flowers. What are you talking about? So this is Brooke. I'm not feeling bad for her. I'm not going to, because what she did,
Oh
her and
no.
Hope, was took advantage of all those things that Bill and everybody else were doing.
And,
Right.
and
Yeah.
you see,
So
and here's
I
the
see
thing.
turnabout is 100%. I still see 2018 happening.
That that is how I feel about it. Because here's the thing, y'all know how I feel about Tridge, and that I feel like sometimes they could really be doing something other with Steffi, other than this whole "I got to get my parents back together" thing. But let me tell you something. Them spoilers that dropped this week about about for next week
About
about
Ridge going back to choosing Brooke and demanding Thomas something and demanding something from Thomas on the
oh
19th.
no, yeah, that, but also about the fact that apparently Steffi's going to be responsible for Brooke getting stood up at the damn Olive Garden.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh, she gonna
let
cock
me tell
block.
you something. Yes, let me tell you something. I feel nothing about that but amusement. You know why? Because
Hmm.
Brooke has spent the last 10 damn years. Lord knows that Waffles is worthless, and we all know that, and we're grateful he's gone. But Brooke
Hmm.
spent the last 10 freaking years of her life getting in the middle of the Steffi Liam Hope triangle, interfering, throwing in her 2 cents, getting in the middle of it, bringing in priests from to Italy to marry people when the man's supposed to be thinking about what he wants to do. Go and tell Hope stuff that she told her in confidence about Bill asking her to marry him, so that Hope could run over to Liam's hotel room and tell him and stir up more shit. But I'm supposed to somehow, some way, feel that Steffi interfering and making sure her stepmother gets stood up at a restaurant and her daddy don't show. I'm supposed to somehow think that that's a problem. No, honey, turnabout is fair play. Maybe if
That's
you
right.
minded your business, people wouldn't be minding yours.
That's right. And that's
That's
how come
right.
I don't even argue back, when the Lope fans and everybody screaming Steffi and minding her business. I scroll right on by, and I might
Me too.
remind them this is exactly what Hope and Brooke did to Steffi. So the
That's
outrage
right.
is comical to me. That's why we going to move on past that, because our girl Steffi is doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing. She
That's
is
right.
being
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie Douglas's namesake, and she is giving Brooke hell. And when she and
Yes.
that's the competition she needs.
Yes.
That's
Steffi
right.
has always been too mature to be batting around Hope as a
With
toy.
Hope.
So
We've always
Hope ain't
said
on
that,
her level.
Sam.
That's the
We've
truth. Hope is
exactly,
always
Hope.
said that.
exactly. So I
Hope
am
has
here
never
for
been
her.
on her level like that.
Yes.
Never. And
And
I'm here
y'all,
for her going at Brooke and even throwing it in her face that she helped get Ridge back with her mom. Then Brooke and
Oh, that would be
Steffi
so super
can have the
delicious.
relationship that Stephanie had with Brooke. Brooke is
Yes.
going to be trying to get Ridge back, and Steffi is going to be on her ass like she's supposed to be.
yeah.
Now, do I
Yes.
want Steffi doing that 100% of the time? No. But guess what? We are talking about Jacqueline McInnes Wood.
That's
two-time
right.
Emmy winner. Guess what?
Honestly,
She's going to get her episodes. So
She
what
sure
is
she's
the
will.
going to be
reason?
having sex with Finn in her A scenes, and then she's going to be parent trapping in her B scenes. I don't care if she a talk to in her C scenes. I'm all here for Jackie getting her bag.
Honestly, I think the truth about Brooke, I want to say, honestly, the more I think about it, even though I think Reed is worthless, I honestly feel that that's actually been one of Brooke's problems for many many years. That
Was that?
nobody ain't been in her face trying to make put keeping her on her toes. Remember how
That's
I said
right.
that whole mess that I said it a long time ago. I think we were talking about the wasted potential of Sherridge. Um,
Yes.
that I had said that the whole problem when they could have did Shauna and Ridge and really invested in it and they didn't, that part of the waste was that Brooke had been strutting around LA for umpteenth number of years, completely confident in her superiority as the head bitch of LA, and that she didn't have to worry about anything or anyone, especially when it came down to Ridge freaking Forrester, and
Mm-hmm.
that actually was to her detriment as a character, because that's actually a part, believe it or not, that's actually a key component of Brooke's character, that somebody somewhere is telling her, you know what, Heifer, I don't like you, and I don't think you belong with Ridge Forrester, and that's just that. And
It's
when
time for
Stephanie,
somebody to give Brooke a run for her money. That's why
yes,
I was okay with, even if they didn't give us Trish, just throw Ridge in the bed with Taylor, so Brooke can get a taste of her own medicine, because it just as Darlene said, for the last 25 years Brooke been strutting around here like a peacock, like the HBIC of LA, like nobody cannot touch her. Like she has placed herself on this throne so high, like she is the HBIC of Forrester men. It's time, even if it's Steffi, to come and knock her down a couple of levels and make her, run. Now it's time for Brooke to be worried. It's time for her to be the woman that's sitting up the rattled wife. It's time for her to sit up at night with a few wrinkles.
You
and
can't do
because
that.
and the
That's
thing
how
is,
She
her
long
being,
has been doing that
am
since
I, am I wrong for wanting
no,
that?
you're not, because Brooke. Because the thing, you're not. You know why? Because Brooke spent decades giving every woman on the canvas
Thank
hell
you.
whenever
And
she
remember how
glanced
she
at
did
their
to
men.
Macy? And I think
Yes,
what she did, Macy, was the worst.
it really was. It truly
You
was. What
know,
It
she
was
happened with
very
her,
sat up
what happened with
disgusting.
there.
Macy was
She sat up
terrible.
there and gave this woman. She drove all the way to the cabin knowing that Thorne and Macy was finna talk about their marriage, and she gonna go up there and interception, and
And
bring
bring divorce
divorce
papers.
papers.
Child,
Ooh,
that was thirsty.
the
That was
Child.
bitch
thirsty.
in the
That was
matter.
that was my and Macy and Thorne was my second favorite couple on the whole show behind Trish. I was like,
Yeah.
no, this bitch didn't. But here, the other kick about it is this: Brooks' unchecked superiority, aside from
Yes.
it being out of character, one, it's made Brooke boring, but also it's given
Yes.
her an amount of hubris that's unhealthy. Take this entire Douglas situation. Brooke really speaks on it like she has authority
Yes.
about what happens to this child. That is no,
Mm-hmm.
that's not normal. That's not
Mm-mm.
normal. But I thought about it, and the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? The reason this heifer sit up here like this and talk like she the end all be all, and she got some kind of say over how any of this go, is because she's been allowed to run unchecked through the streets of LA like this for years.
That's
Yeah,
And
not
that,
right.
even look at
Yep.
recent years. She literally tried to conspire to cover up Thomas's death in a vat of acid from her
Yes.
destiny, and he's still laying up with her. Of course, she thinks she can do anything she wants.
Thank you.
That act right there on top of double dipping. First of all, she pushed this man off the cliff at his sister house, and his daddy was right there, and nobody checked her on that.
Nope.
They covered it up for her, as a matter of fact. And he
Mm-hmm.
so much he did Ridge did not so much as leave the house, threaten her with divorce papers, cuss her out. He ain't do nothing but turn his nose up at her. You know what
Nothing.
I'm saying? That's it. And then
That's
on
it.
top of that, you finna cover up his possible murder.
Yep.
Like, of course
Girl, I
That's
you
had
why I
issues
And
with
can't
this
that.
and this is for a
understand,
woman
y'all.
that
That's
can't
why
even
I
be
don't
faithful.
understand why Bridge has made it for this. What are they trying to sell us? That's what I want to know. What are you trying to sell me after this freaking vulturish, you know,
Toxic as hell relationship.
They tried to
this
tell
woman
us
then
that Brooke
literally
has.
tried to kill all of his kids. They took out her son, then took out starting with Phoebe. You know
yes,
what I'm saying? Starting
Yep.
with Phoebe, this woman and her family has picked Bridge children off one by one, and you selling us this bridge. What do they want us, guys? I mean, what are we getting from that? That was
They
a
want
part. That
us
was
to
my
think.
original question. Where are you going with Bridge? You want us to believe this is a ship worth shipping? Somebody give me a Bridge fan and tell me why am I gonna ship that when this woman literally, what did y'all just say? She didn't toss Thomas over the cliff, nearly killed him, and all Ridge did was turn his nose up. Hope threw him in a
Mm-hmm.
vat of acid, left him presumably dead, and you didn't, and you
And it
just
wasn't no
went
thing
back
but a
like
chicken wing.
and she
And
it's
told
robbed
not.
him of his son.
okay. She said, "Don't worry about it. I handle it. Don't now get yourself together. Act like it's a normal day. Stop crying. Don't worry
Yep.
about
She was about to cut. Hope. First of all, we all know Hope can't cover nothing up. Hope
it."
was cracking the hell up, but Brooke
She was
wasn't.
cracking
She
up.
was.
Yeah,
She was ready to keep her mouth shut for life because she wasn't about to let her child go to jail for basically being either a murderer or or being found guilty of unintentional manslaughter or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
yeah,
but Brooke
Because
been
it's
Yeah.
in Thomas since conception, since she figured out, since she learned, since Taylor and Thorne let her know that she was pregnant, that Taylor was pregnant, and it was by Rich. She been trying to get rid of Thomas ever since. Every
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like there, and I guess people. There are always going to be issues with couples. Okay, you know that, especially when people have been together for a long time. That's normal.
hmm
But the thing is, there's been so much toxicity with
hmm
with Bridge. I don't even and I don't even want him with Taylor like that. But the fact that Bridge has still made it to this point with
yeah.
all the shenanigans, the foolishness, like one of the things that still to this day will always bother me, and not because. Of course, anybody wants Steffy with Liam, but one of the most offensive things that I think I ever heard Brooke utter out her mouth was when Steffi when um she was busy trying to make sure that Liam ended up with Hope after Kelly was born, and Ridge and her were disagreeing about it because Ridge was like, Liam needs to be going home to his wife to try to work out his marriage because they have a child to
I
raise.
remember
Well,
that. Yes.
and she was like, well, now Hope and he have a child that's going to be coming in next year. And so and Steffi and Ridge said, well, Brooke, where does that leave Steffi? And then Brooke shrugged and said, with Bill. I'm like, you really fixed your mouth to tell your husband that? You know he hate that man. On principle, he hated him before he slept with his daughter. So he hates him. He hates him to the core. And you're sitting up here shrugging, you're doing your little delicate shoulder shrug, telling your husband that his daughter is now going to be either christened into single motherhood because your daughter needs to have the man, and that it's not like Steffi will be alone. She can have Bill. I'm like, how your marriage working with that kind of attitude?
that was all pure about her putting the same stigma that's been on her since she has slept and had a relationship with Deacon and had Hope. She trying to put that same stigma on Steffi by saying that.
And
That's what
Steffi knows Steffi, well, she can hang that up. Until Steffi has a child by Kelly's husband, Brooke can stop. And
Yeah.
everybody who tries to
their
compare,
relationship. She wasn't having no relationship with Bill. That was a one night stand. She was handling her business with Deacon. They was, oh, we're in love.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
went on for months. That went on for about 8 or 9 months.
That went
Yeah,
on for basically her whole
totally,
pregnancy. So phew.
yeah,
totally different. Yes. So yeah, like you said, but and then on top of that, he ain't he ain't nobody related to her. But I
Right.
mean, that's Liam's daddy. And like, I have a whole lot to say about that, but I'll digress from that because this is not the topic. But
But
I
Sheikah is a topic.
I kind of want to get into the show because
Sheikah.
I don't
Okay.
know.
So I mean,
Sheikah.
there wasn't a whole lot of development today because
Now,
yeah.
today
yes,
felt
there
like a
was
what? I mean, no,
on the
no. I mean,
Sheikah front. Did y'all not
today
see Sheikah today?
We
Today.
didn't get Sheikah today.
Sheikah wasn't today.
Speaking today,
Sheikah was yesterday with them hugged
That
up
was
on the couch and
yesterday,
stuff.
Sam.
Yes. Okay, so
Yeah,
let me
that was
maybe
Girl,
I
yesterday.
didn't.
I was about
So
to say,
that was yesterday.
hold on.
Okay, but that's
Okay,
okay because it's worth mentioning because it's been on my mind
okay.
all day. I literally thought it happened today. Listen, Sheila and Deacon on that sofa. When Sheila came back after visiting Hayes and Deacon came back in to check on her, again, y'all saw
Mm,
that. I came in to
mm-hmm.
check on you. She said, "You mean check up on me?" And did you see how he kissed her and cuddled up with her? How
Yeah,
intimate that kiss was?
yesterday, how that was one of the I love you kids.
Wait a
yeah.
minute. So I must have, y'all must have had blocked me out on that because I didn't get to talk about it. Y'all know how I get when I don't get to
I
talk
think we
about
were also.
You didn't
I
get a
think we were
chance to
also.
talk about
We
it.
were
Yeah,
so. I know what happened. We were so infuriated about the stupidity of Liam and Brooke that
yeah.
took up like 3/4 of the show. So she can really did not give us time yesterday. So go ahead, take it now.
it. Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know, maybe I replayed yesterday's show this morning because sometimes I do that because I miss things.
Mhm.
And the intimacy between Sheila and Deacon was
Mm.
Yeah,
on, it was not on 10, it was on 20. It was
yeah,
on 100. They was on fire. I mean, the intimacy, even Sheila like seemed like that was weird.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
because she
Deacon when
felt
he
the fireworks.
yes, and when Deacon walked to the door, I mean, literally immediately after he kissed her, he was like, "I gotta go." like, like what just
Scared him.
happened? Right,
Scared
it
him.
hit
Yeah.
him. Y'all, did y'all see that?
I saw
He was
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
wasted.
yeah,
Yeah,
that wasn't sex
yeah,
haze or anything like that. That was emotion.
yeah, it
That
I
was
was.
feel like this,
emotion.
Sam. I feel like Deacon, I feel like I don't know if this was planned, but I feel like we are getting, we not just getting sex action and she on his, but we laughed about it because when she slid on his lap from the very beginning, we knew she owned Deacon right then and there. When
Right then.
Detective Hot Dog came to the door and he didn't give her up and he sat there, and they ended up in the shower. We knew it. No, they ended up back on that fold out couch. We knew it. But after yesterday's scene, I say, man, this is like he got feelings. I
Right.
say
What
Deacon
if
then
Deacon
caught
tries to save
feelings for
her?
Sheila.
Right.
So I'm like, so now I'm looking at a whole nother scenario where he
Mhm.
just turned into a whole nother Mike. He gonna be Mike number two, but he gonna
Maybe.
be going all out for Sheila, making things happen, but at the same time trying to protect her and
Well,
keep her from where she shouldn't be. Because that was that talk yesterday.
Listen, that is exactly what I said to Sean in the Bold Live. One of my questions to him was, you getting all tied up with Sheila and everything and catching feelings and shit, but you stand to lose all this progress you've made with Hope, Trust from Brooke. Like, how do you see yourself getting out of this thing with Sheila? Because both of y'all could end up in prison. Girl,
Yeah.
he came straight out the box with a Richard Michael Guthrie plan. He was like, Deacon's been to prison, so of course he knows some of the underbelly of society. He would just get his people that he knows to stage an escape plan for Sheila, and we would, just bust her out or whatever. I'm like, oh, so you trying to be Mike Guthrie in these streets with your red?
Right.
Oh,
And you know
wow.
what? I can see that because I don't see Deacon proactively breaking laws for Sheila, but I can see him following behind her, just like Mike, cleaning up her messes, trying to spare her from prison. Because he
Yes.
caught those feelings like Mike. I mean, literally,
Yes.
Mike got the cookie when she was a redhead. I mean, Deacon got Mike's cookie when Sheila was a redhead. And now Deacon literally is done caught the feels. And
He
Sheila is
got it,
smart. When
y'all.
Sheila knows that she got Deacon wrapped around her finger that way, she knows that she had him sexually. Now she's figuring she's got him emotionally. She
She
is going to
does.
twist him in a pretzel. Deacon is going to be probably half dead when Sheila
Yeah.
done with him.
And he gonna be half dead and changing damn diapers and trying to divert people from hearing Hayes having a hissy fit.
Yeah.
Because she don't take
Mhm.
in the first
Sheila
place.
See,
is taking
yeah.
Hayes.
She is home to her booth and Deacon. We can raise him together. Deacon, we can
Yeah.
Could y'all
home.
imagine Sheila kidnapping Hayes and taking him straight to Deacon's apartment?
Where
And
is she
Sheila and
going?
Deacon.
Yeah. Where else she gonna go, Sam? I
Girl,
mean,
that's the craziest shit if she do.
Y'all
Woo!
know what? So y'all mean to tell me we gonna have Sheila, Deacon, and Hayes scenes?
I
I would
believe
literally
so.
find Brad
What?
I
Bailey.
think
Okay,
so.
okay. Hold on, I got to stop y'all. What in the raising Arizona are they doing up in here with that? Because that's what the
Because
hell
I
that's
love
gonna
it.
be.
I would love to have Sheila and Deacon and Hayes in scenes together. Hayes
He gonna
absolutely loves
try,
Sheila.
Sam. He
What you
gonna try to keep it together. It will be a raise in Arizona, darling. You hit. I'm telling you, you hit it on the nail because that's exactly what my boy did for his wife because she couldn't have any children. He went down there and stole that baby. I mean, but he ended up
Mhm.
bringing the baby.
One of them quintuplets or whatever the hell.
we
That's
do
gonna be see Deacon will because he didn't caught feels. He is going to be sitting up in there changing Hayes diapers. I'm telling
Yep.
you, trying to
Nah,
get with a plan so he can get them high or hidden before it hit the
right.
fan. Now
That's
you
I
know what I'm.
don't think Deacon is still will go and take Hayes, but I do think that if Sheila flips out, takes Hayes and ends up at his apartment, he not gonna call the popo because that would
No,
bespeak
he's
of
not gonna
self
call the
preservation.
police.
But
correct.
No,
his
Exactly.
feelings then
Exactly.
got so caught up, he's lost all sense of self preservation now.
All he can do now is try to stay out of jail and ahead of Sheila. But too late. Once Hayes is there, he's going to be downstairs working at the bar, and Sheila's going to be upstairs like like the good little lady taking care of the baby for her man while he's at work. I'm damn here for it.
Lord, if Deacon go be stealing some diapers,
he
I don't
told
know
her
what
that
to say.
yesterday too, Sam. He was like, "Just stay in the house." He said, "You got it made over here." I was like,
He did.
"Thank
Oh my! I so
God."
and y'all know I never liked Deacon. I cannot express how
William.
much I love Deacon and Sheila together. I
We know
love
you
how
waffle.
girl do y'all because he done fell in love with my girl. I mean, he done fell in love with my girl. I mean, when he took the cookie and then took the cookie when he knew who she was, it was a wrap. I
He
knew he was
double
done.
dipped, Sam. He double dipped that cookie.
He been done. And you remember, hey, listen, did y'all get that line in the dialogue? Remember, remember when he came out the shower
Yeah.
and he said, and he complained about they still didn't fix the hot water.
The
And
high,
then he said,
yeah.
no jokes about me needing a cold shower. You know, that means
Mm,
his boner has been boned all the time. And she has had to tell him to go take a cold shower. This is what
Yes,
I'm
Well,
talking
girl. I
about.
caught it,
This is,
Sam. I
I
caught it
caught
and
it.
I fell down.
that's
Deacon
my birthday.
Sheila is draining Deacon of all of his essence, and he is there for it, and he is obliging. He is obliging so much that she have to pass every now and then. Let me tell you something. I stand Deacon and Sheila.
So he gonna do this is what he's gonna do when Sheila come home with that baby with Hayes. He gonna freak out. Sheila, what have you done? But at the same time, he gonna be trying to get Sheila out of Dodge and cover for her.
Yeah.
He is
Y'all
going
know
to do whatever he has to keep, because he's not gonna call the police. He is not going to jail. And
So
he's gonna do everything to protect Sheila, to keep her from going to jail too.
His ass going to jail because
Well,
ain't no
he will.
out of this for Deacon. There's
He
no
will. This is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. This is going to be it for him. Now, Sheila may escape, but I do believe Deacon will be left with the bag.
y'all
of
know what?
course.
Is this kind of reminds me of Deacon being used as a father again. Like, Deacon had little Eric, but all his other kids, he wasn't really like in their life. I don't remember. I don't know. Now he got kids on Y&R, right?
No.
no,
I thought
the
he
only
had
two children Deacon, the only two children Deacon ever had was little Eric, who's now older than Hope, and we
right.
don't know what the hell happened to him because we ain't seen nothing from him since like 2013. And Hope, that's it.
Oh, I thought he had kids. Okay, okay, okay.
No, he
So
don't got no
Now,
kids.
he married a whole lot of women, but he ain't knocking none of them up.
But
Right.
look, Sean said that he thought it would be a great idea to bring little Deacon back, little Eric back, because
He's
um,
right.
his son, and he's like, where is he? That we could get a lot of story out of him being back on the scene with Deacon. And I'm like, these actors are sitting over here writing their damn dream storylines, and Brad Bell ain't listening. You know, Sean Kanan would eat that shit alive if he got to play scenes, and they brought Amber back too.
woo,
Child, shut down. Let me shut up because
But Bubbles.
I
But
want
Bubbles. But Bubbles, we can't because we have to do Bridge versus Tridge. You can't miss that.
well, I mean, at this point, I just want Taylor to go on and ride that stick and be done with it, like Brooke used to do.
Yeah.
Um, and show her how it really feel when a hoe be wanting your husband. Cause Taylor ain't did no hoe logics. She ain't had no hoe shenanigans yet. But if
right.
I was Taylor, I would cosplay Brooke Logan for fucking Halloween. Who are you supposed to be, Taylor? I don't know. Why don't you come over to the steam room with me and help me find out? Bitch, I will be you for Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween, and I will walk on your man in your face. That's how I would be if I was Taylor. But she got a little bit more class than me. I'm a petty bitch. I'm on, yeah. You think I'm trying to take your man behind your back? Ma'am, I'm gonna take your man to your face. Watch. Boo boo, come on over here. Smell me. Don't I smell good? Look how
That's right.
like
Well, he
that.
already like her perfume, so he coming.
Hmm.
Her perfume, he be drinking her in. I would be just like that girl they call the TikTok homewrecker. You want to see how your man gonna behave if I get in his DMs? Watch this.
Mm.
Because if I want him, I can have him, girl. You only got him because I'm not bored today.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
how I
see,
want him to come to Brooke.
That's what I want. That's
That's
exactly what I
how
want, Bubbles.
Like I
now
got time to steal your man today, sis. I ain't got nothing but time today to steal your man, and that's my number one top of my to do list. Steal this bitch husband. Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's
Mm-hmm.
I'm
it,
still
y'all.
hoping. I'm still hoping, darlings.
Hmm?
I'm still hoping your guess that maybe Brooke and Ridge aren't legally married since that marriage thing.
Cause,
Wouldn't that be
cause this
beautiful?
is the, cause that's the thing. Because my thing is this: is that Ridge and even after Brooke, even after this foolishness that's gonna take place on Friday, because we all know it's foolishness. Even after that, even after Ridge gets pissed and takes himself at most, what I can expect from that is that he gonna say, you know what, I'm going to stay at my daddy house again. So, but I don't see Ridge coming to the point of saying, you know what, I'm going to talk to Carter. I'm getting these divorce papers drawn up. I'm through with you, and we done. Because that's too decisive. That's too decisive and too final and too much like not like Ridge. Because Ridge has just been wishy washy for ever since this entire fiasco started. So to get him out, if he's too wishy-washy to, best flat out say, you know what, I'm tired of this and I want a divorce to end this once and for all, that means that there's going to have to be something else that puts his marriage out to pasture besides them signing divorce papers. Because Brooke ain't going to make that mistake twice. See, she was playing games in 2019 when it came down to this whole mess with Thomas and Douglas. So she was comfortable back then, taking off rings and signing papers and just thinking, well, you know what? Well, I'm just gonna sign the papers then. Brooke would never dare do any
Well,
such animal. Nah.
but the dialogue today, Hope literally was telling Brooke that she was happy that she's so confident, while Hope is looking like she shouldn't be so confident. I'm looking at what's the Hope. Brooke is falsely secure right now. She
You
may
think it's
be.
false?
Yes, she
Oh,
is
she is
false
falsely
secure.
secure.
Yes, she is, and it's so
She is
obvious.
definitely
Right?
falsely secure. And
Yep.
she may be falsely secure enough to make a stand against Ridge or Thomas about Douglas and Hope. I agree
Mm.
with that. I agree with Darling. Ridge isn't going to do it because they don't let the men do it on boat. They always make the woman do something to quote unquote force the man's hand.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I can see Ridge not asking for a divorce right out because he's going to choose Taylor. I could
He's an
certainly
old
see
guy, but
Carter coming to him and telling him, look, something's off with the paperwork. It's fine. All you have to do is just sign this little amendment here and it's all straightened out. But of course, he won't sign. I could see that.
I don't know. I think he's so. I saw a spoiler today saying that Ridge will go back to Brooke on the 19th. Somebody tell me about that because he's supposed to go back to Brooke and demand something from Thomas. This is supposed B&B.
This is what's
It's
gonna get her
respect.
evicted. That's what's gonna get her evicted. She thinking that he's coming home. She thinking that they finna make a rendezvous point, and it's gonna be in her bedroom. But Steffi gonna cock block, and she gonna make all these demands, and none of them gonna get met because that's gonna break the camel back. See, this is what he wants. Ridge wants both of his families to get along. And the key point is Taylor is welcoming. She don't care. Like, I have no problem with you and your wife. It's your wife that got an issue with your kids and your grandkids. So she's gonna make it hard for him to, you know, doubt it. It's just like everything Steffi never been saying about you, what you've been doing is all, it's coming. It's true. Like, you don't like them. You keep doing this. You keep interfering. You don't want to be one big happy family because if you did, you wouldn't cause conflict
And that's
within
again
the.
what Steffi said today, ain't it, Can? Isn't that what Steffi
Mm-hmm.
said today?
Yeah.
Is
Oh yeah. I love. See, that's what I need to get into because I need for us to talk about this last thing that I loved because first of all, who don't love a scene with Ridge and Taylor? I mean with Ridge and Steffi. Like, you can literally like see the the just the love between them. Like, she
Yeah.
is like this is way beyond parent trapping in my opinion. Like, I don't give a damn
No.
what title they want to put on it because this is what they've been saying a long time ago. This ain't just some shit that that's been real cute and just some happenstance. No, this is what these children, this is the same thing that Thomas and Steffi has always been saying, even when Phoebe was alive. You know what I'm saying? So it's not
Mm-hmm.
like it's something new. So them having this conversation today proved everything that I have been saying about Rich all along, the reason why he gave up on his relationship with Taylor. And I was so happy Steffi said it. Because it shocked me because they never actually addressed it. They just put it like in the scenes. Like, you can tell like everything that he did was very abrupt and it made absolutely no sense. Like, how do you sit up there and you get mad about something that she did because she did out of kindness. Like, she was trying to do something for a friend. This was
Mhm.
not like her finding her new destiny that your wife loves to do on a regular. So it absolutely made no sense. But anyway, I digress from that. So I'm saying I like to
And
hear
they
when
thought they were
people.
gonna die.
Yes. So it's not like
Mm.
she had this long going relationship with James. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They had a buddy friendship in her eyes. So she never really emotionally cheated on Ridge. It was
yeah,
just pure physical. It was pure every time that Brooke cheats, it's always emotional because she always say her heart is in her. I mean, maybe I say that, but her heart is always in between her knees. You know what I'm saying? So whichever way her knees are crossed, that's how her heart go. So it's just it kind of always threw me off. Like, how do you? I would rather want somebody. Okay, if I am in a situation with somebody and they cheat on me, the first thing you want to know is it an emotional? Is this just something that just happened? Is it something because of something happened between me and you? You want to know stuff like that. But
yeah,
you don't want to be with somebody. You don't want to keep going back to somebody who keep on saying that they emotionally cheated with a person and then they acted on it. And
yeah,
that's why it always ring like, bullshit. Like, you want to be with Brooke over Taylor and she's never done you dirty like that. Oh, it's because she died right after, Caroline died. And then she died
mm-hmm.
again. It gotta be that
Um,
because, Ridge is like a little boy in the head and in the heart. He never really grow up because of the stigma with his mama. But nonetheless, I digress from that. So I like that Steffi brought it up. His child brought it to his attention. Like,
Mhm.
bruh, bruh, we know the truth. This is what it is. Now you need to stop playing. Y'all getting old. Y'all need to go ahead and get this thing going and, be happy and live y'all life together. Stop this bullshit because homegirl is toxic.
Well, so
You
the
the
thing is, though, that all the dialogue today for me was bringing all that history up. Steffi
Yeah,
literally said today that you thought you lost mom the same way I lost Finn. They didn't
yeah,
go in great detail because I guess they don't want to retell that Taylor died 2 or 3 times. I
Mhm.
understand, but they did make reference to that,
yes.
as well as Steffi giving a reason, voicing,
Hmm.
her point of view on why her dad turned to Brooke after her mom died. She relied
Mhm.
to him because of how she felt with Finn.
Yeah,
So I feel like that we don't have to worry. I guess that's why I don't. We don't have to worry about Tridge getting together. I feel like that's already written and it's going to happen.
yeah,
Now you just have to enjoy the ride until we get there, and
that's
then
right.
count down the days until they wreck it again because that's what they do.
But see, this
Mhm.
time, but see this right here. I'm like I was saying before. I like how they're going about it because this is not your run of the mill. Oh, he finna get his feelings hurt, so he finna run Taylor and help him, mend his wounds. No, I think it's gonna be the way that we always want it to be, on good grounds, on good standing, on the way that how he got it in the beginning. You know what I mean? And everything got to be worked out in order for it to stick. Don't nothing really get worked out when Bridge get back together. They just, oh, we getting back together because you're my destiny.
yeah.
It's never because Ridge and her are destined together. It's you're my destiny. So
You know
I'm your
what you
that.
can just because you brought that up. You know what you made me think about today. Um, they had the scenes where he was thinking about both of them, right?
Yeah, right.
Before you came in, Sam mentioned that she was happy about it because we got to see balance, we got to see both sides. But guess what? You know what the difference between those two daydreams?
Yeah,
When he was having flashbacks about Bridge, what was it, guys? It was
it was
sex.
sex. It was sex. It
It
was
was
a
all
it was
Mostly.
sex. But when he daydreamed on Tridge, it was because
fun.
Taylor hadn't had sex with him yet. It was
No,
all
it's back
those
and
other
forth.
moments that he was just captivated by and that he's been thinking about. That joy, that happiness, that peace, that everything that Bridge don't have. Like Ken just said. And Ken, I just wanted to say that because you brought up a good point. And that's why I always say on Twitter, Bridge have no substance. I mean, it's not that I have anything, I'm gonna always love to hate Brooke. Brooke has become boring though. She is not even
Mm-hmm.
I can't even hate her anymore because she's done nothing. I mean, Darlene said a minute ago, she's so unchecked to where it's just
Mm-hmm.
disgusting. But Bridge have no substance. But every time she does something foolish, when they get back together, when they make up, the only thing that they have is, well, we're supposed to be together because you're my destiny. That's
Mm-hmm.
all it is. They
That's
have nothing else to say. Well, we have foundation, we have love, we have built on,
mm-hmm.
give me something. What have you built? All they have is sex, makeup to break up, her hating them kids and destroying each other's lives.
That's
You
it.
know,
That's
Listen
They
all tired
here.
of watching.
If
I
Steve,
mean,
if Brooke and Bridge was Destiny, they would be somewhere at the house, sitting down, scheming together, like Victor and Nikki Newman.
that's right.
They would
Mm-hmm.
somewhere trying to figure out who the fuck is poisoning them and all their friends, like Marlena and John over here on
And
the
thank you. Thank you, Bubbles.
Yes,
They not
yeah,
doing super couple. They're not
yeah.
doing we're
that's
together forever super couple shit like these other
They
couples
not
that's
are.
right.
they're not doing end game things.
they not even doing Spencer and Trina things. Okay,
No.
That's right.
Trina seem more like Destiny right now than Brook and Ridge. After 35 years, y'all still doing the same damn thing. When does the Destiny kick in?
When does
right.
that's right.
The
I mean,
leg,
That's
y'all.
right. I mean,
we
even these younger couples got them beat on days. Look at Sin. I mean, Sin doing so much. I absolutely adore those two, and they probably not even 30 yet, barely.
Listen, that
And and they on super couple status. Come on, guys,
they
give
gone.
me some beef. Somebody sell me Bridge. Why am I still buying into this madness? 25 years. Why are we still saying Destiny?
Because
well,
that's
we are
what
not
they're trying to feed us. We're not saying it.
right.
She
This,
said it.
this is
Her
Brad
fans
Bell,
said it.
right?
And they don't
And
even say,
we
her fans don't even say it too much, I don't think. I think it's just the writers writing Brooke to say it. Like
but the
Brit,
writing has been joking about it lately. They have
yeah,
literally had everybody dragging the
yeah.
Destiny
Talking
chick.
about Liam and Hope. Oh, we're the new Destiny 2.0.
That's
Really?
Yep.
trash.
That's nothing to be happy about because technically you and your meant to be are really like Destiny 2.0 because y'all don't got no foundation. All y'all
Either.
have is all y'all have is flocked weddings. That is it. That is what y'all foundation on. Everything is a flop. Whether it's a marriage, whether it's y'all relationship together, these kids are not yours. They're not his, and it's not hers. Everything about y'all relationship is a flop. So yeah, Destiny 2.0. You can have it. Go right ahead.
Yeah,
So we did
I'm
not
with
get
you,
Thomas,
Ken. I agree.
and we didn't get Thomas today, did we? We did not get Thomas and Liam pick up that conversation.
We
No,
didn't
No.
get
it
the
was a whole.
pickup. We
Oh,
didn't get the
funny,
pickup.
funny you should say that.
No,
And
we
it's
didn't.
the strangest thing. It came to, and this is slightly unrelated. But it came to I came to the conclusion over the last couple of days that time is running in complete opposite directions across the hall from each other. In Basically, bold is they're keeping their days short. Like the last couple of shows, it's like they're spending like 2 days average on a show, maybe three if you push it. But generally, days don't last more than 2 or 3 days episodes now. Whereas before, we would be like, it'd be a whole week and it's still the
It could
same
be
day and
three
the
weeks
damn
and it's the
night. It
same
could be
day.
3 weeks.
We Zoe wore that pink dress seemed like for 2 months.
Yes, she did. It was terrible. By the time I was so happy by the time the day
It was
changed.
exhausting.
Meanwhile,
Y'all
across
talking
the
about
hall. Oh, go ahead.
y'all talking about that Gucci snake dress, honey.
Mm,
Morticia today
infamous.
wasn't no stopper. I couldn't believe they had that beautiful girl up in that dress was a guard. Like
I
that is
I don't know
terrible.
what they did.
So
I
what
mean,
was
and
the
here's the thing.
unrelated news?
Oh, well, no. I said, well, it was unrelated because I was like, oh, because I made a comparison of it because there was some talk about with this whole mess on Y&R about, well, how much time passed since then? And I basically came to the conclusion that Y&R is spending like 2 weeks on a day, damn near, on
Yeah,
some of
they
these days.
So Finn did say today that Steffi and Kelly are no. Wait a minute. Where was Steffi was at work? Where was Kelly? With Douglas and Amelia. Okay,
yeah.
got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Mhm.
So Thomas is still at Forrester Mansion. Liam had just got the last word about I'm gonna have to protect Hope, Beth, and Douglas, even if it's from you. I can't wait for Thomas to drag him. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't pick up right there.
Yeah.
Maybe because
I
they know
agree they
we really
should have.
salivating for it. Now, since we know that Douglas is out, though, Douglas is not up those stairs listening to the conversation, which I
Yeah,
thought yesterday. So we're
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, we
clarified
could have
on
been
that. Yeah,
we could have
Douglas
got
is
it.
definitely not overhearing it. Now, I wouldn't think that Douglas's phone would be left in the house on all that time either. So that's out about Douglas's app. My theory about Douglas's app.
But I don't think that it's going to be out completely.
Mm-mm.
I think that they are going to use that, but
Yeah,
you know
I
how
was.
you said that they're gonna have it to where he's gonna pick up someone's voice and he's going to try to emulate an argument to get something going between
Yeah, I
Lowe.
thought he was going to record Liam
Right.
yelling so that he could,
I,
He could still
use
have.
Liam's
We
voice
don't have
like
to
yelling
throw it
at Douglas
away.
or something.
yeah,
He
I
may
don't know.
have,
It
Sam.
just may not
I
happen
mean,
today, so to speak.
Right.
yeah, it just
Right.
didn't happen today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah,
it
let's
could.
not throw away.
Well,
They went through too much trouble to show us that that little boy can sound exactly the fuck like Donna, and
yeah.
nobody saw anything fishy. Eric went running for that damn honey lace martini.
He
Donna
oh
sure
well, yeah, I
did.
know the app is going to be used. I just know Douglas is not upstairs right now
Right.
recording. He did not
stopped.
record Liam's part of the
Right.
argument. So
Because I
that's
think
what I was getting at. So that part of it is out.
because
That
I
that
do
app
believe
is
that's
going to
what's
come
gonna
into play
happen.
somewhere, but I don't know where.
I do believe that that is going to be the callus to help get the Douglas away from Lope Mill. Like
Yeah,
seriously, it
if
has
Douglas
to
does it.
be. It has to be because y'all think about it. Y'all think about it. It's something that's going to trigger to where Thomas is going, well, he's already being triggered because they won't listen to him. They not taking his his wants into consideration and they actually just shitting on him. So that's already happening now. But something's going to push to where I feel like Hope is going to be against Liam. Like it's some turmoil finna happen.
Oh
And
yeah,
Well,
it's
my
because
gonna
you
be
thing
know if
is,
and he's
I
gonna
believe.
lose Douglas.
Listen, when her walk in on her mama polishing the floor with her
Yeah,
husband,
Oh,
that
Jesus.
damn Murphy's oil
yeah,
smoke instead of Minwex, that's
that
what's gonna
part.
set it off.
I think,
because
and I
I
still think
need.
that's
They
gonna happen,
have
but I
to.
think that's gonna happen after him and Hope get into the outs. I think it's gonna happen because they already kind of building a relationship up where they can go to each other and talk each other out. You know, she already on the fritz with her and Ridge, and then it's gonna be Liam on the fritz with Hope about something. It got to be Douglas because that's what they angst is now. So I feel like they both finna be in separate angst about something, and they gonna come together and they finna, mop and glow
Well,
the flow.
so what about this then, Can? Who's to say that Douglas didn't record the conversation yesterday and we just don't know it yet?
Douglas is out with Amelia and Kelly
Right,
right
right.
now.
And it's
But
an app on his phone.
so in today's episode, they said he was out with Amelia Kelly.
Yes.
Mhm.
I missed that part.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
why
That's
we
that's why.
can't? So tell me again why he couldn't have been there yesterday to record the conversation. Was he not in the home yesterday at all, to where he
No,
could have recorded
no.
that conversation and
no,
we just
he
don't
was
know it yet?
He wasn't
Right?
because
We
Liam
don't.
had
He
went
We
up
wasn't
the
don't.
on the
stairs.
property at all
Remember?
because
Liam
the
Yeah,
had
thing
went up
is,
the stairs.
he
Okay.
was
right?
with
Because
his
Okay.
yeah,
I
friends.
got it. I got it.
He was with his, right. He was with his friends and stuff first,
Okay.
and
Got
then
it.
he
right.
with his cousins.
I
Um.
think the voice app is going to come into play. It just didn't today. So I'm not giving up hope
Okay.
on Sam's theory. It's just not going to
Yeah.
quite play. But that's a new thing because remember they started that when Brooke and Ridge. It started after Monaco when Brooke and Ridge had that discussion in Forrester about the Thomas Douglas Hope situation. That
Mhm.
this cutaway thing that they're doing. So they
Mhm.
did it then they did it again when Hope was over at the Forrester Mansion and Douglas said that one woman man shit that made all of us sick. And then they did it again yesterday with Douglas with Thomas and Liam having that well actually they did it a couple of places. Thomas and Liam were having a disagreement about Douglas and really Hope. And then Brooke and Taylor were having that disagreement in office. We're not seeing these conversations are not wrapping up. Like we're not seeing an end to this conversation where somebody gets up and leaves to end the scene. The scene just
Mhm.
ends there, and we pick up the next day with all the characters resetting somewhere else. So that's kind of
Yeah.
a new thing. That at least to me it is. If they've been doing that for a minute, I must not have been paying attention.
Now, Bubbles,
Mm.
wouldn't that be just the way the editor is deciding to cut up and edit the scenes where they stop and leave off? Well, no, it really
I
wouldn't
don't
be
like
because
that they're.
there's never any ending to it.
And I
Yeah,
don't like
just like you
that. I
said,
don't like
Bubbles.
that.
Just
I'm
like you
used
said,
to people on
darling.
bold. People on bold when they have disagreements and fights, somebody stomp off and go to their house or leave the job or something.
Right. And just like you're saying, we might get Thomas, we might get Thomas tomorrow in Liam's home, and we never know how that conversation ended. I'm not gonna be happy with that.
Yeah, they're doing that a lot, and I don't understand why they just cutting shit off like that. Like we
And
supposed to fill in the blanks,
yeah,
but
just like that conversation that Darling pointed out with Taylor and
Yeah,
Brooke yesterday.
it's weird. I mean,
not
oh, go ahead, Bubbles.
they started it with Thomas and Hope. Like they want us to fill in the blanks
Yep.
so that when people start arguing over about what shit was said, you made that up in your head because they just dropped it. They trying to set us up is what it is.
Yeah, they trying to leave the door open so they can, you know, keep writing it however they want it look like.
Yeah. And
I
I
guess
told
so.
y'all they giving us a choose your own adventure storyline. So they gonna lead everybody up to a point. They led all of us up to the point of Thomas telling Hope, you're the only woman for me. I'm a one woman man, but you're married, and so I'm gonna just deal with it. Now my son is number one now, and that's all it is. And then we didn't get the rest of that. So what did we do? We sat around and talked about what we thought they said. That's exactly what they want. So
Yep.
they make some
Hmm.
up later on. They can say, "Well, we never said that." The fans
Yeah, because
set
you're
up
right.
the fix.
Because that conversation with Taylor and Brooke was important. It was the conversation where Taylor even brought up Thomas's mental state at the signing of the papers. We should have saw an ending to that conversation.
Right.
I mean, in
Why
the
wasn't Brooke made to answer? You thought my son was mentally ill. Well, you know that mentally ill people cannot sign legal documents.
I've been
in the
screaming this for
ending,
so long, it's ridiculous. I
in the
can't believe
ending, the ending we would have anticipated in all of those cases would have been Liam getting fed up with Thomas and leaving without Douglas coming back. Because remember, that one was kind of weird because remember, Thomas had said Douglas is going to come back and we're supposed to have a barbecue with the friend. And if you want to stay, I guess you can. So Liam would have been the one to leave the Forrester mansion. And then since, since Taylor had already left Ridge that message and she had already seen Thomas, she would have been the one to have left for the Forrester Creation offices. But it's just like Bubble said, they're leaving it to our imagination, I guess.
I don't like it.
Because
I don't
it's,
like it, but
it's
that's what
I
they're
don't care
doing
for it.
because we have to sit here and imagine what people are saying. We have to sit here in the minute
Girl,
that Taylor and Brooke went toe to toe about the legality of Thomas signing these papers. We they just leaving us hanging on all the important things.
Exactly. I don't like that.
man, I'd have had an attitude about that just because it's like, you know what? When I feel kind of like I feel like Brad Bell should just like send out a mass email to all of his actors and say, um, write 5 suggestions of what storyline you want your character to do, and I'll take it into consideration. If they can't come up with nothing better than that, they could just ask their people what they want to do. Because I know for a fact all them actors got better ideas than the writers' room have half the time.
Yeah, but we get lucky every now and then.
We do.
We did. We got Sin, and we are getting a nice Tridge love story. We are getting a balanced triangle at this point. They are using Tridge
Mhm.
history to the littlest degree, but this is Belle we talking about.
True. I mean,
So
at least it was
it's been a
something that
lot better.
they threw
Hmm.
in that line about the history being erased. That was important to kind
Yeah,
of
and even the
reset
fact
the
that
tone.
Taylor, died. They didn't say it, but they did make mention that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I knew there was something. Bubbles. Didn't you say at the beginning of the chat there was something you wanted to mention? Some drama? I can't remember about what.
Oh, it's off topic drama. I still feel like it's soap drama, but it's real life drama, but it's off topic drama. And we can say, well, we almost in the last 20 minutes anyway. I'm gonna go on with it. Y'all done talking about the show though?
Yep, I
I
think I've
think
made all my points. I think nothing else. Did anything else happen
I
Today
know
today?
at
was like
the
a
end.
today felt
Mhm.
like a setup day.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Exactly.
I feel like this was a precursor to something that's gonna happen big.
I think
Like,
Hayes is
soon,
kidnapping. I think
soon,
that's what we're.
yeah.
I think that's what's happening next, guys. Hayes is kidnapping.
Yeah, cause Sheila
That.
staring at the door while she's smelling that baby's head.
Yep.
Deacon sitting
And
at the
this
house and don't know no better, getting ready. You wanted to be a daddy. Well, get ready, sir. The diapers is coming.
and
You
this
know
is going
what
to be
I
one
think?
more thing that's going to bring Tridge closer together.
I
Yes.
think it's
So
going to
they're
start.
still going to be pummeling Tridge. Hayes is going to get kidnapped. Taylor and Ridge are going to be on the run together, looking for their grandbaby, just like Sin. Sheila and Deacon going to be together. I'm loving this.
And you know what I think? I think that they're going to push this storyline with Tridge and Bridge before the kidnapping. And I think once they leave Aspen, after they come, Aspen, I think that she's going to kidnap Hayes while Steffi is in Aspen. Because how else is she really going to be able to get Hayes
Uh-uh.
alone? Because we see him alone when he was with Finn. We haven't
But
seen.
we gonna see Haspin in like 3 weeks. We gonna see that, and in 3 weeks, Sheila will have Hayes already.
I done already told y'all how she gonna pull it off, and I didn't have to kill Amelia to do it.
Yeah,
Good.
Amelia can
I
take one for the team.
Because they gave us the lines, y'all. They didn't gave us all the lines. Steffi said to Hope, yeah, we can share Amelia. She's fucking awesome. So while Sam got Amelia 6 feet under, I sat here and reckoned that the baby that don't grow gonna need somebody to watch her because Aunt Donna out here putting honey on balls still. She out here got to do what to do to keep Eric. So she ain't gonna be able to run out there to that little shed and watch that baby. So Kelly probably gonna be with Douglas because they having all these spend the night overs now. Kelly ain't never been able to spend the night with Douglas. Now all of a sudden, Kelly ain't never home. She got a fucking social life.
Yeah.
Kelly's not home. Finn is home with the baby by himself. They don't need if Finn is at the house with the baby by himself, he don't need Amelia. Because Kelly is at the house playing with her cousin Douglas. The only person who would need Amelia would be Hope, who just got told, girl, you can borrow my bomb ass nanny anytime you want to. I'm gonna be that nice to your ass. You can borrow my nanny. Hope gonna borrow the nanny. Steffi gonna be out here in these streets somewhere trying to get her folks back together. Maybe they coming back from Aspen. That's what she gonna come home to, is a panic then, because somehow, and then when he closed the door and didn't lock it, I said, you know what? They'll never lock no damn doors. All they do is close. This gonna be the same thing. Sheila gonna come up on that back door. It's gonna be closed and not locked. Amelia gonna be out there at the shed with Benjamin Button. Kelly gonna be having the time of her life at a little afternoon party with her cousin. Ben gonna be on the phone or something. Maybe he had to go use the bathroom. And for these people that's talking about and feeling that their baby when he took a phone call, this man is at home working from home. It should be reasonable that he can step out the room for 2 seconds to take a phone call while his baby's playing a damn play. Ain't nobody got 24/7, 365 eyes on no damn toddler. I don't care what you say. That's why y'all got playpens, so you can go to the bathroom without taking your baby. So you can take a phone call without taking your baby. So you can cook a fucking meal without taking your baby. So get off the fact that this man left the room to go take a phone call where his baby wouldn't be disturbed, and he wouldn't be disturbed by his baby crying, because y'all know Hayes is fussy. He gonna be at that house working by himself, taking a phone call.
Yes.
And Sheila gonna do the same damn thing she did a couple of days ago. She gonna sit there and smell that baby's head. And the next time we see Sheila and Hayes, she gonna be standing in Deacon's face. I'm like, I don't know what happened. He was in my arms, and I just couldn't let him go. And I just couldn't put him back. I just wanted to spend some time.
Girl, how the hell she gonna return that? How the hell Deacon gonna be like, how the hell we gonna return this baby? We can't
How
do
the hell is to be doing just trying to keep his head above water?
How the hell is Sheila the only person that Hayes don't cry for?
That's what I want to know. I actually was wondering if the baby is Timberland's nephew or great niece, nephew or something.
No,
that baby literally
like his grandma.
He is like he already got a connection with her or something. Cause that baby he give her toys, he rub her hair, he stroke her face, he look at her like, yeah, and smiled at her. Everybody else, he got a whole attitude with.
Let me tell you what, Hayes is the future of the Carter legacy, because she ain't gonna be with us forever. They'll never talk about her kids, and we don't give a fuck about her kids. But just imagine if Steffi's child carries the fucking crazy Carter gene, and someday from now he's the one out here terrorizing people, being a whole damn villain.
I can't go for that. I'm like Paul and Oates right here. I can't go for that.
Because he gonna have Betty. He gonna have Betty. Because
I'm gonna need a DID diagnosed or something for that, man.
You just said DID. Oh Lord.
No,
we're gonna need a DID diagnosis or something for that. No.
If we go, I'm with Bubbles. If we go back a little bit, all right. If we go back a little bit, I always wanted Thomas to be that Demira type villain, where he was always power hungry, you know what I mean, and had power. Now if Hayes, because Steffi has power, she's got shares, she's gonna pass down shares, you better believe that. She's probably gonna get more before it's all said and done. If Hayes has power to control Forrester creation, I would not mind Steffi's son being a super villain like Stefano Demira.
Ooh, so then that mean he gonna be just like his granddad? Oh wait,
no, not just like. It's all different types of imbalances.
I feel you. Now you know what, I can get down like that because
he don't have to be murderous.
You know what? Right? He got, but see, he got Douglas genes too, so that will play very well. Because
this was crazy too. The many times that Stephanie done tried to kill Brooke just nonchalantly. Here, bitch, here a gun.
Girl, he done wrap phone cords around his woman's neck because she on the phone talking. Lord.
Hayes is going to be fucking crazy, but he's gonna be an evil genius. That's what Hayes is fixing to be. The next Stefano Demira. The next Victor Cassadine out here got the family dancing fucking jigs. Oh, you don't want to go to jail then. You might want to do what the fuck I say because I can make sure your ass go to jail right the fuck now. What time is?
Facts.
In 2
Facts.
minutes, I
That
got
for
the
Kelly.
time coming for you.
I didn't want that for Hayes. I wanted it for Kelly because it's always the guy. Like, can we get it to be the girl? Like, okay,
I can
Thomas
go
is
for it.
obsessed.
Yeah.
Thomas is quote unquote obsessed, and he's crazy. And Steffi is this, powerhouse. She this and she that. Can I get the new generation to have it flip?
It's
Let
gonna be somebody. I want it to be Beth Benjamin Button when she finally grow up. I
Ooh,
want her to be crazy.
Yeah,
Honestly, one of these
yeah.
crazy people
Beth
need to be
gonna have a
hanging off the
bone to
Logan,
pick.
off the
not
Logan
Beth
tree.
Benjamin, but
I want her to be the crazy one. There's got to be one different Logan at some point, and maybe Brad will be dead by then, and somebody else will be right, and then we can finally have some variety in the Logan family besides just Katie being the only brunette. Let's
that's Eric's daughter. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That's Eric's daughter.
She probably is, and that's probably why they ain't never had nothing
And
between.
that's exactly what I said. That's why they ain't never put them in no cahoots to be in no type of relationship. That's his bastard baby.
And
That didn't nobody know about.
Rose.
I'm with Bubbles on Beth Benjamin or Benjamin Beth
Beth
Button.
Benjamin Button.
I'm with Bubbles. It makes sense. It makes sense because I thought they were gonna do Hope that way. I mean, because Hope is the daughter of, look who her mama is. The SFTV.
is.
And look at who her daddy is, Deacon freaking Sharp. Hope, first of all, they need to change her last name to Sharp. She should have never been a Logan. They messed up their character. I mean, all the writing they did for Hope was awful. I mean, we got Brooke, we got an alcoholic. SFTV, and we got Deacon freaking Sharp, and this is what we get for the spawn child of those two together. So it has to be Benjamin Beth Button. It has to be because first of all, look at how she was
Honestly,
created. She needs to drag her mama for that. She is the grandchild of Deacon and Brooke. I mean, it makes sense, and I would love to see Beth come through there and flip the script on their ass. We got to.
I'll say
not
something about
just
what you
that.
just
I
said.
need Beth. I need Beth to do it just because I need Liam to be stuck with a child who might want to possibly kill him because he deserves it at this point
Listen, Lady
too.
Sanchez, you said why is Hope name not Sharp? Her
Yeah.
name is rightfully supposed to be Hogan because she is the seed. She is the seed that the reason why her mother has been out here trying to bastardize kids. That she needs to be the poster child because it's just her right. It's just her right that she actually is a true bastard by
But
being
Yeah.
named Hogan, that she should not carry the name of her father when her mama been out here doing this shit for years.
I
So
see your
Listen.
let
point.
me
I
know that
see
she
it.
the
Yeah,
only
I
one.
see your point.
It's she the only character
Hmm.
in her generation that does not carry her daddy name.
Now listen, guys. What do y'all think the possibility is that Hope targets Finn once Steffi and Thomas successfully get Tridge back together? Steffi is happily married to Finn.
She too.
Thomas will have Douglas. What is the
They
likelihood
can't. She
of Hope?
too boring for that. I mean, that's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
exactly.
She could
She
be
But
ain't
that
got
chick.
the
no,
puts
no,
She
for
no,
could have
that.
been
no.
that chick, but she don't have the. She don't have none of the necessary tools to take Finn out of that cliff house.
I
I
see.
don't give a darn what nobody say. Say what you want. If they wanted to puff her up to make her big and bold, they should have did it a long time ago. I don't see it happening, Sam. I don't
I
see
can
it
see it
happening.
happening, but I don't see it
I
happening
don't.
right now. I can
listen,
I
see it
don't see it
happening because
happening.
y'all look at it. Look at like I said in the beginning. I hate to put it out there. Maybe I'll talk to y'all about it later
Mm.
because I know they listen to our stuff and I don't need nobody getting no ideas. But I can see it happening because it has happened already. It has happened already. not even with the same players, but with the same main player. Like the same main player has already done this, so I see it already happening. Yes, but not right now because it's sin bliss. Like we living in the bliss of sin. We can't, ain't no disturbance right now. But yeah,
Well, they would have to change. They would have to completely change Hope's character up. I mean, you got to make it make sense. You got to make it believable.
they
I mean, we
make
can't
Plus,
have
they
Hope
have to.
running around
Plus,
there
they got to
whining
figure
and
out what
crying.
they're
On,
gonna do with Liam.
they
Because if there is one more imperative of Bold and the Beautiful, is that Liam don't get to stay single.
No, he doesn't, and he won't be
yeah,
single. He won't be single, and that's why I feel like Sam is correct, and uh they are going to excite her up a little bit, Lady S, because they did it when she
I didn't
won
hear her
twice.
say that. I heard her ask what we think, but Sam, what are your thoughts on it? Do you think that's what they about to do?
No,
No.
Yeah,
I just wanted to be that asshole that throws
Shit,
out the
sir.
chicken to the alligators.
And I
Exactly.
gotta agree with
you
Sam.
know
No,
you
because
wanted to piss me off, Sam, and you
Brooke,
did.
I did.
that's the thing. Hope's entire character is built on the idea that she's some puritanical princess who can't do anything wrong, except for when it comes to Liam because she had him first. Blah 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 and all of that. You know what? I wish
Yeah,
her well in it. But her, but
But
the thing
Steffi
is,
had 10 first. Steffi
hmm
had 10 first, correct?
yeah, she
So,
yeah.
did.
and what happened when Steffi and Liam became friends? When Steffi and Liam became friends, that started that whole freaking triangle, the fucking decade triangle. So my opinion is that is how they're gonna usurp this relationship and put Hope in the middle.
Well,
I
we
Well,
gonna
do.
we
then they
gonna
must
find
Because
be
out.
but
getting
see, but
ready to knock
there's one
Finn out.
problem with that though. Can Hope is the most boring bitch in L.A.
Thank you.
Who the
Right
Thank
hell wants to
you.
be
now.
friends with her?
Right
Ooh,
now.
I'm
Right now.
sorry.
Right now.
Y'all heard Electra Storm.
What she say? Let me go see.
Electra Storm says she ready to hear that gossip Bubbles got for us.
Oh yeah, because it's almost time. Yeah, Bubbles, what happened with that? Because it's we got about a little bit less than 10 minutes. What that real life stitch is? What's the
So
gossip?
who on here be on the TikToks? Am I
Me.
the only one on the TikTok?
No, I'm
Probably
on TikTok.
Okay, do y'all know who the modern warrior is, Lance Tosey? Have y'all been on
Um,
any of the drama? So real quick, Modern Warrior is this Native American guy, and it started out where he was kind of like the man of the people and speaking for people of color and shutting down, Trump sycophants and all that shit. And
I
then
know. I think I know who you talking about with the long braid. Don't he have a side chick with him? A little
he
girl.
got, he got really long hair.
The real long hair. I know who you
right.
talking
I know who
about.
you talking about.
Okay, so now he got, and I got two pieces of gossip because the TikTok homeworker gave me fucking life today. So then Lance was dating the little girl Chelsea Hart, who was the one who used to do all of her TikToks and voice like this, that kind of voice. So
Mhm.
she thought she was the only one dating Lance, but Lance had a whole stable of women. Might even
Girl, no.
be married. Then Aunt Karen got in on it, reporting because all these people was friends with Lance, and then the damn bottom fell out in March. I took a break from TikTok at the end of February, right before all this shit started. Is when I took my break from TikTok. I promise, if I hadn't taken that break, I'd be crazy right now because I would have been on all of it. But so then all of these other women start coming out of the box talking about Lance was cheating on them and he was dating them too. And then Chelsea told people she had an abortion. But I know she said she had a miscarriage. But then what had happened was she said it was an abortion. But then Lance said that he had a vasectomy last year, and he did. He talked about that last year. He had a vasectomy.
Uh,
And she was posting all these videos crying and going on and on, talking about in my womb lands. And so people thought she was saying womb lands, WOMBLANDS, but she was saying there was an ache in her womb, comma, Lance, his name. And people took womb lands and made they done made whole TikTok series about womb lands. If you got the TikTok, go to the hashtag womb lands.
Okay.
You won't, you probably, I feel like I'm going to spend the next month just trying to get caught up from the week of March the fucking 7th.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what's worse. That Ray J flipping out on Insta. It's like,
But I'm not even finished yet, darling.
girl,
Oh
That's
go ahead.
gosh.
of it. So then everybody, when they found out that she was lying about a miscarriage, they started pulling her videos, and she did that white tears thing where she was crying and stuff, and they was like, y'all know she an actress, right? Then they started pulling, because she was talking about, you knew, you fucking knew. Then they started pulling all these movies that had that same quote. I was like, oh my God, the plot thickens. This bitch is quoting movies out here. So then girlfriend,
No.
there's another girlfriend that he made a video with, and they was like, that's how Chelsea found out she wasn't the only girl. But then Lance said he was telling everybody that he was poly. She was like, he never said that to me. I was never informed. Then he dating this black chick. She's beautiful. They crazy. But now they both getting dragged because he got some kind of thing going on with colorism now and telling people you ain't black unless you black and some shit like that or whatever.
What?
To the TikTok, the TikTok homewrecker. Girl, this is life in a box for me. I'm guessing this little girl.
That one I know about. That one I saw because I thought that was like, y'all got good time. That's Chuck get for talking crazy to random ass people on the TikTok.
Right, that girl was living her own life, minding her own fucking business. So them women got in there talking about, my husband wouldn't even be interested in you. She said, oh, see, I wasn't even coming for y'all, but since you called me, let me show you what your men's do. She did. She went and just sent them friend requests. All of them accepted the friend request. They talking to her. She's showing the damn DMs on TikTok where these boyfriends and these husbands talking about they single, and she looking in the camera while she talks. So well, so now what? Now what? See, I don't want your man, but you keep fucking with me, and I'm gonna show you how I can take your man because I can get him. And she's a girl too. She's a nurse. She's a nurse, and I'm guessing she's just out here fucking and free because she's young and she's pretty and she can do that and she got protection. But honey,
is she trying to get beat up or something?
No, honey, but I see where she coming from because if I ain't bothering you, don't come to my house telling me about what you and your house don't do for me. Because I wasn't bothering you. I'm sitting over here in my house. I look like a damn fool, Sam, to come to your house and tell you something about the way you live in your life. And if you was to turn around and be petty with me to shut me up, then that's on me. Because I ain't got no business knocking on your door talking about, Sam, girl, I don't know what you think you're doing, but you looking really pathetic and no real man would want you. Like you would have every reason to go, oh, for real? What about your man? Let me see if he's a real man if you dating fake men.
That was my point though. If the girl is sleeping with XYZ's boyfriend or husband, and then she's publicizing it and tagging the girls. Yes, I mean, I get her point. She can do that if she wants to, but she might want to also consider that someone might want to wipe the floor with her ass.
No. She's not sleeping with nobody.
Oh no, she's not. She's proving to these women who are being judgmental to her for absolutely no reason. You're over here judging me because while I'm minding my business and not doing nothing having to do with y'all, well, I'm gonna prove to you just how your men ain't shit. Since you're so worried about what the hell I'm doing.
Right,
now we on the same page because I was missing something. Like, wait a minute, hold
on.
Yeah,
she wasn't fooling with none of these women, man.
Like, then the whores getting the pass. I don't know. From my school, we track bands.
I know, Sam.
She was talking about her own whole activities, her own whole shenanigans. She wasn't talking about nobody's man. She's just talking about some guy that she met and he was cute, and she decided she wanted to fuck him. And so, in Brooke Hogan fashion, she brought him up to the bedroom and she fucked him and she sent him on home. And she was talking about it. And these other women decided they was gonna get in her messages on the TikTok and send her messages calling her a whore and telling her what no decent men want her and all this shit. Now she wasn't talking none of them. She just saying this is what I do in my life. This is how I have fun. I'm young, fuck it. This is what I'm doing. And they coming in her space and they judging her. And so she said, for real? Well, then let me show you what your trashy ass man is like. And she don't know these people from Adam. They random ass people just like these people be at us on Twitter. Somebody you don't even know sitting in their mama's basement got something to say. And so she went and went. Some of these people got their whole lives connected to their TikToks, and that's how she found husbands and boyfriends. And all she did was send a friend request. And honey, the men's just blew up her DMs. And so she sat there and held up her phone and said, now see, while you sitting there getting in my fucking business, you need to be minding your own man, because if I wanted him, I could have him, but I don't want him. But I'm just trying to show you, you need to take care of your own shit. I'm out here living my own damn life, taking care of my shit. Go do y'all. They big mad at her now. They mad
But
at her.
I think
Their men are answering.
yeah, they need to not be mad, because what is she doing? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. All she's doing is saying, oh, she publicized, yes, I'm loose, I sleep around a little bit, which is her choice and her right. I'm not a slut shamer. She did publicize it. That is opening and asking for something, either approval or not. And when she gets it, she just turns around and proves, yeah, I'll do it to your husband too. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't find that.
It's not
Well,
a
but
one
that's
girl.
But I don't think you still understand what's going on.
her. Yeah, she wasn't fooling with nobody's husband.
I
She
get
was
it.
just
She
talking about
wasn't.
what she.
She
And the thing
posted.
is,
She
this
posted
is
her own whole
right
activities that had nothing to do with
with
nobody.
any of them.
And when she
Exactly.
posted her private whole activities publicly, it became public. She got a
Hmm.
response. If she posted it publicly, she was looking for a response. It was either affirmation or negative. She got one or both or the other. And all she did in response was turn around and say, well, I'll be a whore with your husband too. I just don't get it. She still ain't winning to me.
No, it's not about her winning. It's about this is what they mean, Sam. It's
I
about
get
the
it.
fact
I get
that
it.
people
I don't need to
you
be
people
explained no
act
more.
I mean,
I'm
but
good.
people act wild online. And they will say stuff to people online that they would never say to strangers in real life. You know that. They jump crazy. They jump stupid. We see it on Twitter all the time. Her with them jumping wild and stupid with that woman like that, her flipping the script like that, the whole point of it was to basically tell them, hey, yo, look, you're so worried about sending me your judgment. You're DMing me, telling me this, that, and the third about myself. You need to worry about you because your shit ain't really as half as together as you think it is. So I don't think
Okay,
that I don't see
but
nothing
that's my
wrong with what
point
she
though.
did.
I got it. I got it. But that's my point. We all know as women, as grown ass women that had men, husbands, boyfriends, divorced, present, whatever, what have you, ain't none of them shit. That's how come we don't look kindly on the ones that allowed them to not be shit without consequences. So I'm just not feeling her perspective any way, shape, or form, however way it's coming. But that's just me. I understand and I hear it, and for the the turmoil it caused and all the gossip, I get it. They was minding her business. She started minding theirs. To me, it just all of it in the wash to me.
Well, I'm a petty bitch. I
So am
definitely
I.
the same
I'm
way.
gonna
So
have to
am
go and get on
I.
TikTok. And wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna have to write that down. You say wound, hashtag wound what?
WOMBLANDS.
That-
Woundlands, LANDS, womb, WOMB. Got it. Yes, I will be all over that.
Because
I
I
And
can
got
as
be
can
TikTok.
in France and your man can be in California. And honey, I have him thinking that he's going to be meet me at the corner Starbucks because I'm pretty and I'm petty. So if you want to sit there running your mouth about won't no decent man have me and you so glad you got a good man, let me show you. Why don't you go over there to that Starbucks and wait for your good man to show up looking for me? Because that's why I'm fixing to send his ass to the fucking Starbucks. He's gonna be holding a
Well,
mocha latte frappuccino with extra caramel and 2 shots of espresso. Name on the cup gonna say baby doll. Bets.
well, ain't nothing in this life quite like thinking you married to a Finn and you really got a Liam.
Girl, that's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Well, on that note, Bubbles, Can is right. It is like 9:04, and we
And
are trying to tighten up the broadcast and not try to go over if we're supposed to, you
Yes,
know,
because it might not record.
work the time out.
Right.
but y'all know I have backups now too, so I'm not gonna never have that happen again. I got the backup.
Oh,
We are at
Thank
2
goodness.
hours, 4 minutes, and 36 seconds and counting. But we're gonna go ahead and close because it has been over 2 hours. But
Louisa say it's 4:04 a.m. in Dresden. Oh my
Bless her
gosh.
heart.
So
Bless her
protecting
heart.
our
said,
soldiers.
hurry up and
Sincerely.
wrap this up because she got to go to bed. So Louisa, we
Ah!
gonna let you go. We cannot be keeping Louisa up all day.
Exactly.
She got a life to live. So
That's
thank you
Well,
right.
guys again for showing up, Vicky and Electra Storm. Stefan, you were over there, and Tierra Anderson. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
all
you,
right.
ladies.
Well,
Thank
Good
you,
night,
Bubbles.
everybody. See y'all
we'll see
tomorrow
y'all
night.
tomorrow. Thanks for
All
coming
right,
out,
Sam. We
everybody.
see y'all
Bye.
tomorrow. Good night, darling.
Yes.